brown skin. Sabbath peace.
Sabbath
peace.
Oh, daddy boy. It's another opportunity for us to hear and learn of the word of truth that is given to us by the Most High God. All honor goes to the Father through the Son, whose name is Yahushua. In him lies the only hope for salvation. We know that it is obtained by grace through faith, not of works, lest anyone should boast, and given freely as a gift to all who obey him. We understand if we do not obey him, it is made manifest or made obvious that we do not believe. In this state, we should expect no good thing. However, anything that we do get, whether it be a gift of tongues or a gift of prophecy or any supernatural experience that we may have, it can and it will be used against us in the day of judgment. With that said, peace to the saints that are in the room, to the saints that couldn't make it, to the saints watching in on the camera, but no peace to the wicked. The only thing we say to them is repent that they might live. Oh, now you want to go play. The words start getting preached. Now you all of a sudden want to play. All the time you want to sit next to your mama. Hey, y'all be quiet down there, all right? Thank you. Let's do, what you trying to do, Daniel? What's the word you got for us today? You know, Daniel be having, Daniel be having stuff on his heart. I asked him, that boy, he always go right to something that's important. Go ahead. What you got on your heart? Gotta be New Testament, though.
New Testament?
Yeah, gotta be New Testament. Well, I guess it ain't gotta be. Yeah, no, I gotta be New Testament.
We can do Hebrews 11 and 6.
Hebrews again, huh? Mm-hmm. Didn't you call Hebrews last time?
No, I think.
Oh, that was Nicole that called Hebrews, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
All right, this Hebrews chapter 11. What verse?
Verse 6. Talk about faith.
This Hebrews chapter 11, verse 6. Let's see what the book says. I want y'all to be quiet down there, all right? It's Hebrews chapter 11, verse 6. Remember Hebrews chapter 11. Why are you holding the baby? Why are you holding the baby?
You already know.
She already spoiled. You gonna make them, you know what I mean? Right.
Worry about her mama.
This is what you do with babies that's not yours.
That is true.
Spoil them like you have them.
That is true.
Well, that thing should be hollering. You know what I'm saying? Storm her butt upstairs, take her out of my room, and slam the door. Go right back down. Why are you just watching her cry? Oh, no, she's fine. She's going to stop in a minute.
Yeah, I'm saying conditioning.
I just want to know how long she's going to go before she, like, give up. You know what I mean? I just want just one time. Just let me see. Like, how long she going to cry before she just can't do it no more?
He was just too sick to get him out of the crib.
Just cry until you fall asleep.
Gave up?
No, he didn't. I came home.
No, he was asleep when he came home.
No, he did not.
I'm trying to let you know he gave up. Maybe he woke back up, but that boy...
You passed out.
I did, but he was passed out too. That boy gave up, and I was happy about
Her
it.
cry ain't even loud like that. So
I was on the couch like this, dead. You know what I'm saying? Like the flu or something cracking. I was in there dead. I was like, Lord, please take care of that boy, because I'm not getting up. And next thing I know, that boy shut up. And I was out after that. I was like, thank the Lord. That boy. Hey! Hey!
Get your kids.
Be quiet. All right, it's Hebrews chapter 11, verse 6. Let's see what the book says.
But without faith, it is impossible to please him.
He said, without faith it's impossible to please him.
For he that comes to God must believe that he is, and that he is a rewarder of them that diligently seek him.
Right? Because if you come to God, how you going to come to God? You don't even believe he there. Right? And then if you believe he there, how you going to come to him unless you think you're getting some type of reward? Right? I mean, you have to, in order to come to God, when they say come to God, what that mean? For a Christian, come to God can mean anything. Come to God could just mean, oh, in my mind, I said God is real. Mm-hmm. Right? That could just mean like come to God. Come to God could just mean like I stood in front of the church, in front of everybody, and I said the Lord's prayer. Zakai. Come upstairs. You say come to God, you know what I'm saying? That thing is, if you ain't defining it by the book, right? If you ain't defining that thing by the book, it can mean anything. Oh, we got right there. Go to John chapter 44. John chapter 6, verse 44. Azariah, Eli. Y'all make noise up there? I mean downstairs, and y'all don't be quiet. Y'all gonna have to come up here and sit down too.
I didn't make noise because I got the.
All right, I appreciate
Explain
you.
yourself, scrub.
I looked at Play-Doh.
This is John chapter 6, verse 44.
Azariah. Y'all not playing with that Play-Doh. You need to put it back and actually give it to me. Y'all not opening that thing up.
Thank you all over the top. No man can come to me except the Father which has sent me draw him.
He said the only way you can what?
No man comes to me except the Father which has sent me draw him.
So when you talk about come, you got to define that by the book. So it's telling you how to come to him. The only way you can come to him is if the Father who sent him draw you. Okay, what that mean?
And I will raise him up in the last day.
Okay, so that's how you come, and that's the reward. The reward is that he gonna raise you up at the last day. Okay, what's next?
It is written in the prophets,
Uh-huh.
and they shall be all taught of God.
Right? Anybody who come to him, guess what they gonna be?
Taught of God.
Therefore,
Every man, therefore, that has heard and has learned of the Father comes unto me.
you gotta hear and you gotta learn. You gotta hear and you gotta learn. There's no other way to get it done. Right? If you don't hear, you don't learn, you ain't coming to him. Let's go back to Hebrews chapter 6. Zakai, you might want to relax. Seriously. You might want to relax.
But without faith it is impossible to please him, for he that comes to God must believe that he is, and that he is a rewarder of them that diligently seek him.
That's right.
By faith Noah, being warned of God, things not seen as yet, moved with fear, prepared an ark to the saving of his house.
Right? You remember that. Right? When we was reading in Genesis. Right? We looked at it and it started telling us about Noah. And it said, man, Noah was in a wicked generation. Book said the man was just going to flood the whole thing. Guess what? He tipped Noah off. He said, go ahead and build that ark. By faith, Noah put it all together, made it all happen. Right? Invited the animals on there. Book say 2 by 2. The clean was how many was it?
7.
I got that. Clean was easy. I need 7 of them. Why you need 7 of them?
That boy can make them sacrifice.
And right after that, the book say he made a sacrifice of the clean animal. You know how many sacrifices that had to be? That boy's out there sacrificing for darn days. That's book though. Right? Then after that, the Most High God brought a whole new world for him. That's only because faith.
Yeah.
Let that man populate the whole world through his kids. Let's keep going. Watch this.
By which he condemned the world and became heir of the righteousness which is by faith.
How did he condemn the world?
With the flood.
With the flood. That's the condemnation. He judged the world. Right through the flood. He's going to do that thing again. Not by a flood. But he's going to condemn the world again. All right, keep going. Watch this.
By faith Abraham, when he was called to go out into a place which he should after receive for an inheritance, obeyed, and he went out not knowing where he went. By faith he sojourned in the land of promise, as in a strange country, dwelling in tabernacles with Isaac and Jacob, the heirs with him of the same promise. For he looked for a city which has foundations, whose builder and maker is God. Through faith also Sarah herself received strength to conceive seed, and was delivered of a child when she was past age, because she judged him faithful who had promised. Therefore sprang there even of one, and him as good as dead, so many as the stars of the sky in multitude, and as the sand which is by the seashore innumerable.
Right? You think about that. I mean, you just think about the weight of that. You got a man 100 darn years old, wife darn 90 darn years old, 90 something years old, and they looking like we can't have no darn kids. Ridiculous. You know what they named their kid? Isaac. You know what that means?
To laugh.
That thing was a joke to them. Most High God told her she was gonna get pregnant. You know what she did? No. First, Abraham. You know what he did? He laughed. Abraham laughed for. He was like, man, that thing don't make no darn sense. He like, me? You know what I'm saying? Like, why don't you just give me somebody of my household? You know what I'm saying? That's what he asked for. He was like, why don't you just give me one of my nephews or something? You know what I'm saying? What you talking about? That don't make no darn sense. It was funny. Then after that, he said to Sarai, and Sarai laughed. Most like God called her out. He was like, you know what I'm saying? Why she laughing? Sarai was like, man, I didn't laugh. Most was like, no, you laugh. But this is how it's going to happen. Just like I said it was going to happen. Guess what? Thing happened just like you said. Can you imagine that? Like from, I can't have no kids because I'm too old. My whole life, I ain't got no offspring of my own. I go from that, right? To now I'm the father of many nations. I'm the father of Israel and all the Gentiles that want to be Israel. I'm a father of the seed that's going to be the spirit that resurrect all men who be resurrected. Like, that's my boy. That's different. You can't get there by faith. Did Abraham see any of it? But he obeyed God, right? Hold, we got right there. Grab where we at right now? Hebrews chapter 11, verse what?
11, 12.
Okay, Hebrews chapter 11, verse 12. Let's go to Genesis chapter, what I want?
17.
No, not 17.
The promise?
Not the promise. Genesis 26. Give me Genesis chapter 26. Give me about verse 3. Maybe I want verse 6. Give me Genesis chapter 26. Let's try verse 3. It's Genesis chapter 26, verse 3.
Verse 3?
Yeah, let's try verse 3. Is that what I want? I probably want verse 6. What verse 6 say? Or do I want verse 5?
Sure, yes, 3 is fine.
3 is fine. This is Genesis chapter 26. Give me verse 3. What does the book say?
Sojourn in this land, and I will be with thee.
He's talking to Isaac right now. To laugh, right? This is the son of Abraham. Right? Watch this.
Sojourn in this land, and I will be with thee, and will bless thee, for unto thee and unto thy seed I shall.
When you sojourn, what does that mean? What does sojourn mean?
A visitor.
So the land must not be his, right?
Temporary, yeah. Like a stranger.
The land ain't his. Most High God told him to sojourn. I mean, this ain't your land, right? Watch this.
And I will give all these countries, and I will perform the oath which I swear unto Abraham your father.
Why is he talking to his son about something that he swore to his daddy?
Because he promised Abraham it would happen.
Abraham dead. So Abraham dead. He promised the land that he telling Abraham's son to sojourn in, meaning it ain't his. He promised Abraham that land. So if Abraham is dead and his son is still sojourning in that land, what does that mean?
That mean he keeping his promise.
That mean he keeping the promise, or that mean that he ain't seen the promise?
So Abraham ain't seen the promise. God keeping the promise.
Abraham ain't seen that promise. Isaac is on the land and it still ain't his, so Isaac ain't seen the promise either. That promise hasn't happened yet. Right? But watch what this is. Abraham died before the promise. Watch this.
And I will make your seed to multiply as the stars of heaven, and give unto your seed all of these countries.
That's the same thing he told Abraham. Abraham ain't seen it. Isaac's still waiting to see it. Okay, watch this. But watch this about Abraham.
And in your seed shall all the nations of the earth be blessed.
Because
Abraham obeyed my voice.
Because what?
Abraham obeyed my voice.
He did what?
Obeyed my voice.
And what else he do?
And kept my charge.
Okay.
My commandments.
Okay.
My statutes and my laws.
That got that. That got that. That's what faith is.
Law, statutes, and commandments.
Like that's what faith is. Right? We look at it. Faith is like, okay, I know this coming, and I trust you enough that till my dying day, I'm gonna do what you said. Even if I don't see it. None of us gonna see it before we die. lest the man come back before we die. Right? But none of us gonna see it before we die. So faith is gonna tell us, oh, you got to keep going. Even if it don't happen while you're alive, faith said it's something more. That's what Abraham did. That's why he could talk to the man's son and tell him, oh, well, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Don't even worry about it. Your daddy? Oh, your daddy did everything I told him to do. Don't even worry about it. Let's go back to Hebrews. It's Hebrews chapter 11. I think we left off verse 12. Hebrews chapter 11, verse 12. Real quick, then we're going to get to it.
Therefore sprang there even of one, and him as good as dead, so many of the stars of the sky and multitude.
Book says him is good as dead. In other words, you couldn't have no kids. Your old boy wasn't having no kids. Keep going.
And as the sand which is by the seashore innumerable, these all died in faith, not having received the promises.
Book said they all died in faith without receiving the promises. Keep going.
But having seen them afar off and were persuaded of them, and embraced them and confessed that they were strangers and pilgrims on the earth. For they that say such things declare plainly that they seek a country. And truly, if they had been mindful of that country from where they came out, they might have an opportunity to have returned. But now they desire a better country, that is, a heavenly. Wherefore God is not ashamed to be called their God, for he has prepared for them a city.
Man, that's something. Books say God ain't ashamed to be called your God, man. That's something there. That's something there. Right? That's because the men of God that we looking at, man, we thought, man, we ain't got nothing on these men. We ain't got nothing, man. The average people don't even measure up. Right? And even the best of us don't. Right? These men, a lot of them offended in one spot if they offended, if the book account that they offended. You look at Jacob, Abraham, most like God didn't even account no sin to the man. He just said everything I told him to do, he did. That got that. Most like God never accounted no sin to him. Right? In fact, books say he accounted them righteousness. These people run their mouth against these people, man. I'm trying to tell you. Moses had an anger issue. Man, shut up. He ought to threw the darn tablets at your darn head. Still would have been justified about it.
Said the man was the most meek on all the earth.
I don't know what's wrong with these darn people. That thing is funny though. You writing a book and you say you call yourself the most meek. You know what I'm saying? That thing is funny.
Aaron probably like, oh really now?
He looking at him like,
all right.
You say that when you was about to knock my head off when I made that golden cap, but I ain't gonna say nothing about it. You know what I'm saying? You can leave that part out. You ain't gonna say everything you said to me. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? But you look at it, man, we ain't touching these men. And we gotta respect that. Like we gotta respect that and understand that. Most of God chose these guys for a reason. There's a reason why he ain't come down speaking to none of us. You looking at us like me, y'all sit your butt down.
I just might kill
you know what I'm saying? If you don't sit your butt, yeah, you know what I'm saying? You might want me up here. Here's a reason the man ain't come. Look, man, all these dudes that's online and on YouTube channels and all this stuff, they get a little information. Most of God give them a little revelation. They get high on themselves, start calling themselves apostles and all this stuff, all this silly stuff they be doing. These people don't know what they playing with. These people don't know what they playing with. Like, if you really try to measure yourself up to these boys, if I compare my sin after I knew the truth of the book, right, to these people, man, I ain't even in the dark running. Boy, I ain't, you know what I'm saying? Let me look at your feet. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to look you in your eye. Let me look at your feet. That thing don't even make no sense. You know what I'm saying? Moses, you tell me where to go. I ain't even running my mouth. I ain't got nothing to say to you. Abraham, listen, man, you just tell me how it works. Don't even worry, you know what I'm saying? Let me clench the back of your darn thigh. I'm bowing down to you.
Yeah, buddy.
What you talking about?
See, Moses was like, what can I do for you?
You know what I'm saying? What you need? Let me clean it up for you. You know what I'm saying? Let me just sweep the floor that you about to walk on. Not because I worship the man, just because, man, this is God's man. That don't make no darn sense. The way these people run their mouth against these people. Count these people like, man, hey, please. Most High God said he ain't ashamed to call them that. Grab what I want. This probably ain't even what I want, but give me Jeremiah chapter 9. Give me about verse 25. Give me about 23. It's Jeremiah chapter 9, verse 23. I might want Jeremiah 6. Let's see. Jeremiah chapter 9, verse 23. Let's see what the book says.
Eli, come here.
People run their darn mouth. Don't nothing bother me. Well, there's a lot of stuff that bother me. But that thing bothers me. They get to run their mouth. They don't know what they darn talking about. Don't be using. Don't be trying to put them down to make yourself feel better. Grab, hold for me. So after we grab, what did I just say grab? After we grab Jeremiah chapter 9, I don't want to read it. Just grab it, put a finger there, and then let's jump over to Job chapter 39. I might want 38. But let's try Job chapter 39.
When the Most High starts speaking,
I think, yeah.
he speaks in 38, 39, and 40. Well, 38
But I think
through
39 is
49.
what I want.
Alright.
It should be right at the beginning. If I remember right. It's bad because I just darn read it, so.
Knowest thou the time when the wild goats of the rock bring forth? Or can you mark when the
That ain't what I
hinds...
want. Give me 40.
Moreover, the Lord answered Job and said, shall he that...
Look at this. Watch this.
the
Watch this.
Almighty-
Watch this. Watch this. Watch what the Most High God say to Job. This is what these people do. We don't even realize this is what we're doing, but this is what these people do. Watch this.
Moreover, the Lord answered Job and said, shall he that contends with the Almighty instruct him?
He said, you running your darn mouth against me. You gonna give me instructions? Watch what he say next.
He that reproves God, let him answer it.
Uh-huh.
Then Job answered the Lord and said, behold, I am vile.
Uh-huh.
What shall I answer you? I will lay my hand upon my mouth. Once have I spoken, but I will not answer. Yea, twice, but I will proceed no further.
Job, no, let me go ahead and shut up. And we can't measure up to Job. And the man know when God talking, God telling him, go ahead, run your darn mouth. Job's like, you know what? I was running my mouth before, but let me shut up now. I spoke twice, but you know what? I'm done. We good. Watch this.
Then answered the Lord unto Job out of the whirlwind and said, gird up your loins now like a man. I will demand of you, and you declare it unto me.
He said, I'm just gonna ask you a few questions. You just tell me the answers. Right? Watch this.
Will you also disannul my judgment?
He said, are you gonna disannul what disannul mean?
Make it void.
You gonna make it to where my judgments don't take effect? So I'll put something out there, and I say this how it's supposed to go. And you gonna make it be like, cause you, Joe, be like, nah, that ain't it. You gonna make it to where my judgment don't take effect? It's Most High God talking to you now. Watch this.
Will you condemn me?
He said, will you condemn me? Watch this.
That you may be righteous?
What you think these people doing? What you think these people doing? If the Most High God in his books out of his own mouth tell you Abraham followed all my laws, my statutes, and my commandments. Abraham did everything I told him to do. And then we come back and we say, Abraham was a liar. And God called him. What are we doing? God said he wasn't a liar. God said that the man did everything he told him to do. That book. We call him a liar. So that means I'm condemning God. Just to make I'm disannulling God. That's God's judgment. I just disannulled his judgment. For what reason?
Make yourself
To make myself righteous. God can call me too. That stuff get on my darn skin. That don't make no darn sense. It ain't enough respect, ain't enough fear.
Nope.
Ain't enough fear. It ought to be enough fear that even if you a darn sinner, it ought to be enough fear. Books say the devils know the man's name and they tremble. The devil know that, they say the devils know he won and they tremble. Even if you darn against the man, you ought to have enough fear to be like, I ain't gonna do that though. I'm gonna acknowledge who he is and what he say. I ain't gonna disannul the man. I ain't gonna make myself righteous now. That don't make no sense. I may not want to stop, but listen, I ain't gonna make myself righteous. That ain't gonna make that. That's where people go wrong. you're going to sin. You got a way back. You know what I'm saying? When you get to convincing yourself you good, you ain't doing nothing wrong, or you what you going to do? Grab Jeremiah chapter 9. I don't think this one really. I probably want 6, but Jeremiah chapter 9, verse 23. Let's see what that say.
Thus says the Lord, let not the wise man glory in his wisdom.
Yeah, that's what I want. Thus says the Lord. It say, let not the wise man glory in his wisdom. Right? There's a whole lot of smart boys out here reading this book, man. These boys be smart as all darn outdoor. They'll break some stuff down to you. They'll give you the square root of something. But they open up this book, bro. They'll open up this book and make a darn mess. They can tell you all types of crazy stuff. Paul is not, he's not an apostle. And he actually this, that, and the other. And the New Testament is not real. And I mean, they break down the science of it too. If you read the Dead Sea Scrolls and you'll see that one of the books that didn't make it into the Bible say this. It was like, man, y'all some smart boy. Y'all put that thing together. And I speak Hebrew and 7 other languages and this, that, and that. I was like, yeah, you don't pronounce it Yahushua, you pronounce it Hachaliah. You're like, yeah, but okay, man, yeah, okay, I'm with you for sure. You just keep going. Y'all some smart darn boys, ain't you? Go ahead.
Let not the wise man glory in his wisdom, neither let the mighty man glory in his might. Mm-hmm. Let not the rich man glory in his riches. Mm-hmm. Let him that glory in this.
If you gonna glory, what do you mean when you say glory?
Like brag.
Yeah. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like it's like if you gonna brag about something, I mean, don't brag about how smart you are. Right? Don't brag about, you know what I'm saying? Don't brag about how mighty you are, how strong, man, how I knock you out. He like, don't brag about that. The man said, don't brag about, what was it, riches?
Yeah.
He said, don't brag about your riches now. But now, if you need to brag, right? I mean, if there's a reason for you to brag, I mean, you just feel like, I gotta brag about something, Lord. Let me give you something that you should brag about. Watch this.
And let him that glory in this, that he understands and knows me, that I am the Lord which exercise loving kindness.
He said that he understands and he knows me. If you read that as a Christian, first of all, ain't no Christian got no business reading this deep into the New Testament. That don't make no darn sense. I mean, this deep into the Old Testament. That don't make no darn sense. You're Christian, but is in the wrong area. You in the wrong Bible, because you supposed to be working with the darn little book that only got Psalms and Songs of Solomon. What is it? Psalms and Proverbs in it. They ain't even got Songs of Solomon. You know what I'm saying? That thing just gonna have Psalms and Proverbs in it. That thing got that. That's the book. Your butt in the whole wrong book.
Why even make it?
That don't even make no sense. That's a waste of darn paper. If you ain't gonna put the rest with it, that don't even make no sense. They ain't gonna do nothing but hurt somebody.
Can't pick and choose what you just like out the whole book.
That's how they do.
I don't like that, but no, I think this is.
I can't remember where it go, but don't Paul say? Don't you tell? I think it's probably Timothy or Titus. You know what I'm saying? He said, you know what I'm saying, preach the word, not preferring one thing over the other or something like that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's how the books say. Yeah, look that up for me. See if you can find that. It's like, you know what I'm saying, not preferring one thing or one over the other. It should be like Timothy or Titus, if I'm not mistaken. You know what I'm saying? But you look at it, he's like, you know what I'm saying, if you're going to brag about something, brag about the fact that you understand me and you know me. Right? And when we look at it, we say, therefore, everyone who comes to him shall be taught of Yah. Right? And they shall be taught of Yah. Therefore, anyone who comes to me, anyone who has heard and learned, comes to me. To hear and learn, guess what you got to do? Understand? To come to him, guess what you got to do? Know him. If you going to brag that you understand me and you know me. When you got this word, brag that it's like, oh no, I get it. That thing, you can brag about that. Guess what? If we brag about, I get on Facebook right now. I'd be like, man, I just hit a ticket. You know what I'm saying? I just got I just got the bag. You know what I'm talking about? Like, love. That's what I'm talking about. Let's get it. You know that you gonna get them type of comments, some comments that don't mean nothing. Let's get it. Let's get that money, bro. This, that, and other. That's what you gonna get. I say I just got the bag, bragging about that. Okay, cool. You know what I'm saying? I get on there and be like, man, listen. I tell you what. I wish somebody would come around here trying to talk to me. I don't care what nobody say. I try to be a cool person, but I knock them out. Mess with me, mess with my family. Don't nobody mess with me like that. That's right. Like. I'm bragging about how mighty I am. Right? Gotta do what you gotta do, bro. You know what the comments gonna be. I just got a PhD. Congratulations, it's that another. I'm the number one in my class, magna cum laude, however they say that thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, share. Congratulations, all that. Get on the book and say, you know what? I understand this book. A lot of these boys don't understand it. A lot of people think they understand the book, they don't understand that thing. But me, I understand it. I get it. And I know God.
Damn, you like a mud.
Oh, they ain't even gonna touch it. Like somebody like me said, oh, they ain't gonna touch that. They ain't gonna touch that pulpit though. That thing gonna be sitting out there crickets, bro. It might get one like. That's from you. You know what I'm saying? Daniel gonna like that thing. That's gonna be it. You know what I'm saying? T ain't even on Facebook no more, so that thing I ain't even gonna get his like. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be me and Daniel just sitting there like, all right, you know what I'm saying? I got that. They ain't gonna touch that thing. Cause they know me. A lot of them know me from the old day. So it's like, if I comment, he gonna try to argue with me. You know what I'm saying? So they don't even touch it. They be like, I'll leave it alone. You know what I'm saying? He be knowing what he talking about sometimes, but I still don't know if he know what he talking about. You brag about that, it ain't no support for that. There's a reason for it. Because God told you to brag about that. Whatever God tell you to do, guess what? That got to become evil to these people. If God told you not to do it, then that got to be justified. Because the whole point of what the devil was trying to do is to get these people to feel like they can disannul God. That's the trap. That's what God sent them there to do. Trap these folks. Keep going, Marsha.
I am the Lord which exercise loving kindness, judgment, and righteousness in the earth. For in these things I delight, says the Lord. Behold, the days come, says the Lord, I will punish all them which are circumcised with the uncircumcised. Egypt and Judah and Edom and the children of Ammon and Moab and all that are in the uttermost corners that dwell in the wilderness. For all these nations are uncircumcised, and all the house of Israel are uncircumcised in the heart.
Everybody uncircumcised, right? And everybody gonna get punished. Everybody gonna get it to the Jew first, then the Gentile. Hebrew got to get it first, then they going to the Gentile. All right, let's go. Let's pick up where we left off. So we finished off the book of Esther. And we jumped from Esther. Where we come from before we was in Esther?
When did
We was building wall. Building.
Nehemiah.
We was building the temple. We was dealing with Ezra, right? So I think we was like Ezra chapter 7. We ain't gonna finish out Ezra. We just gonna cover Ezra. Ezra tell a similar story to Nehemiah, so we just gonna pick up from Nehemiah. We might jump back here and there, but we're gonna pick up from Nehemiah. So let's go to Nehemiah chapter 1, verse 1. Learn a little bit about Nehemiah, see what he's talking about. Thought that was a bug in there. I was about to say, that's nasty. It's Nehemiah chapter 1, verse 1. Let's see what the book say.
The words of Nehemiah, the son of Hachaliah. And it came to pass in the month Shisleh, in the 20th year,
Put the top one.
as I was in Shushan the palace,
I'll
and
take it down,
Hanani, one of my brethren, came, he and certain men of Judah, and I asked him concerning the Jews that had escaped, which were left of the captivity concerning Jerusalem. And they said unto me, the remnant that are left of the captivity there in the province are in great affliction and reproach. The wall of Jerusalem also is broken down, and the gates thereof are burnt with fire. It came to pass when I heard these words that I sat down and wept and mourned certain days and fasted and prayed before the God of heaven.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, I beseech thee, O Lord, God of heaven, the great and terrible God that keeps covenant and mercy for them that love him and observe his commandments.
Mm-hmm.
Let thine ear now be attentive and their eyes open, that you may hear the prayer of your servant, which I pray before thee now, day and night.
Mm-hmm.
For the children of Israel, your servants, and confess the sins of the children of Israel, which have sinned against thee. Both I and my father's house have sinned.
You see the format that he prays in? What do we see interesting about the format that he prayed in?
He prays the Most High God.
Uh-huh.
He pray about who he is, right? God of the heaven, right?
Yeah, so first he acknowledged God,
terrible.
honored God,
You know what I mean?
acknowledge who he is, right? What else he do?
Pray on behalf of his people.
Then
Confess
he
the
prayed
sins.
for the people. He confessed the sin, not just his sin, but the sins of the people. Right?
Yeah.
That's important for us when we praying. Right? That's important for us. The average of us are sinners and we ain't thinking about God. What God is always looking for is who is going to stand in the gap. Right? Who going to make up that gap? God never, his whole format, God's format is never to deal with the whole people himself. That's never been his format. His format always been, give me one that's going to talk to a bunch. Right? That reminds us of who? We ain't got to get it, but who does that remind us of? We read it not too long ago. Moses. How does that remind us of Moses?
Moses had an entire congregation of people he was trying to talk to.
Uh-huh.
Trying to get across God's commandments.
Uh-huh.
Get the people to understand.
Uh-huh.
Get them going.
Then what?
Then Moses died. Then Joshua had.
Before Moses died. Moses was doing that. Then before he died, what happened?
Joshua was appointed.
Before that.
Oh, he had 70, got the 70 elders.
Yeah, didn't Jethro come to him?
Yeah.
Jethro was like, man, this thing ain't good. Right? His father-in-law was like, nah, this thing that you do ain't good. He like, man, you out here talking to all the people, man, you gonna drive yourself darn crazy. He said, that thing don't make no sense. He said, you know what? I tell you what you need to do. You need to pick you out some men. Some people that you trust. You teach them, train them up, develop them, and then have them bring to you only the hard issues. Right? Did Moses do it right away?
Yeah.
Nah, he didn't do it right away. Remember, he came, and then God had to come back and tell him to do the exact same thing. God stamped that thing for him. After God stamped it, that's when Moses was like, all right.
It's going to work.
Yeah, we do it. So we see Jethro said it, but God agreed with it. Because that's how God operates. That thing don't make no sense. Right? God set it up the same way. God was like, okay, I ain't about to deal with all y'all, but who did he deal with outside of Moses? Aaron, right? The priest. Right? He said, okay, I'm going to deal with the priest. And then he established the priest, one group out of all the tribes, to handle the services. Right? And then the brethren of the priest had to serve them. And then the priest served the rest of the people. You know what I'm saying? Like he set it up. He always set it up. It's like, all right, look, let's funnel this thing. Pyramid scheme. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I'm not about to sit here. You know what I'm saying? I'm not about to sit here and be dealing with all the people. That don't make no sense. That's never been the format. So when we pray, we got to keep that in mind. Our prayer should always start out. That's why when we pray, you know what I'm saying? You know, Heavenly Father, Most High God, whose name is Yah, Holy One of Yisrael, who's redeemed all flesh to himself. We acknowledge who he is. Yeah. Then we pray for all flesh for our people. For our people. Right? We got to confess. We got to start doing that.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, we shouldn't have no more prayer. We just go right into it. Right? From now on, after, you know what I'm saying, after I say what I be saying, you know what I'm saying? All flesh, redeem all flesh to himself. After that, I'm getting right into confessing for the people. Got to now. From now on. It's a conviction for me. Got to. We see the men of God, every one of them. Like from Daniel. Daniel did the same thing. We didn't read it, but Daniel did the same thing. He confessed to people first. Oh, we got right there. Go to Leviticus chapter 26 real quick. And then we'll come right on back. It's Leviticus chapter 26. You know, I always need help on this one. I don't know why I can't ever remember what this one is. Maybe it's 43, 41 maybe. For some reason, this is just one verse that just never stick. As much as I like going to it, it just never sticks. Might even be down in the 50s, but let's try like 40, maybe like 41, maybe 39 even.
It is
Watch it be like 60 something.
40.
It's 40? Oh, all right, you gotta come close at least. Alright, so I say 39 was the earliest one. Let's do 40. This is Leviticus chapter 26, verse 40.
If they shall confess their iniquity.
Watch this. If they shall confess their iniquity, watch this.
And the iniquity of their fathers.
And the iniquity of what?
Their fathers.
This is what it takes. Like, the man gives us the game plan from the very beginning. From the very beginning he gives, but our problem is we not superstitious about it. We superstitious about all this other silly stuff. Got these boy talking about horoscope. Well, what's the one that's a crab? Which one is that?
Cancer.
Yeah, I'm a Cancer. And you know, Cancers, we got, our sign is the crab, so we got a hard exterior. You know what I'm saying? So we like to, protect ourselves. Be like, man, y'all say some of the stupidest stuff I ever heard in my darn life. Y'all come up with some of the stupidest stuff I ever heard in my darn life. You take these people's stuff and run with it. And you make that a part of your daily conversation. And you don't get a man no attention. And this stuff is supported by history and facts and logic. And you don't get a man no attention. Man told you to rise up every day and talk to your kids about it. And you teaching your kids about horoscopes? You sick. It's like, ugh. This stuff don't make no sense. We superstitious about all this stuff that does nothing for us, means nothing for us. Book give us the game plan and we just take it for light. We read right over it, don't even mean nothing to us. Even us, we read through this thing, and it don't touch us, don't hit us, don't move it, don't do nothing. We just reading it. Book gotta touch us. If the book don't touch it, don't nothing touch it. Oh, we gotta go to Romans 2. Romans chapter 2, give me verse 1. It's probably one verse 3, but verse 1 will do. The book don't touch us, man. It's like, what else is left? You know what I mean? Ain't nothing left. We got to take this thing serious. Book got to hit us. We got to look for it to hit us. We got to open ourselves up for it to hit us. Like, touch me, get me, move me, make me change. We got to change.
Therefore thou art inexcusable, O man, whosoever you are that judges. For when you judge in another, thou condemn yourself. For you that judge does the same things.
Mm-hmm.
But we are sure that the judgment of God is according to truth against them that commit such things.
Mm-hmm.
And think thou this, O man, that judge them which do such things and does the same.
Mm-hmm.
That you shall escape the judgment of God.
Mm-hmm.
Or despise the riches of his goodness and forbearance and long suffering, not knowing that the goodness of God leads you to repentance.
Mm-hmm.
But after your hardness and impenitent
He
heart,
said, after what?
your hardness and impenitent heart.
What does impenitent heart mean?
You can't penetrate.
You can't get through to that. Watch it. He said, after your hardness and your heart that I can't even get through, I can't even touch it, I can't do nothing with it.
Treasure up yourself wrath against the day of wrath in revelation of the righteous judgment of God.
And that's where we end up. We end up in a position where Most High God can't even get through to us. And when we doing that, it's like taking just, you know what I'm saying? It's like picking up treasure and putting it in your back, in your bag, just picking it up treasure. Except for that treasure is the wrath of the Most High God. And you just storing it up in your bag. One day that thing gonna get too heavy. That's it. I got that. Right? We gotta open up and be like, no. Touch me. I want you to touch me.
Yeah, what did it say after that though on the 6th? Okay.
Let's see.
What did it say on the 6th?
Who will render to every man according to his deeds.
That's right. He ain't gonna render to you according to your thoughts. He ain't gonna render to it according to what you said when you prayed at church. It's one thing he gonna render onto you. One reason. And it's gonna be according to your what?
Deeds.
That got that. It's all about what you do. All about your works. They don't believe us though. Revelation chapter 20. Give me verse 9. Revelation chapter 20. Give me verse 9. Because they don't believe. A lot of people don't believe us. They think we just out here running our darn mouth. And we are. You know what I'm saying? We running our darn mouth. It's the truth though. It's the truth though. I'll brag about it. A lot of these people ain't heard no truth. A lot of these people ain't heard nobody break the book down. Not for real. A lot of these people listen to people out here playing.
Hey, you don't
I don't
need to
care
talk.
if I got.
You say okay and go do it.
I don't care if I got 2 people sitting here. I don't care if nobody's sitting here. Right? It don't matter. That don't stop this thing from being true. Book say, do you despise the day of small things? You do what you want to do. You can go ahead and go to, you know what I'm saying? You can go ahead and go with Joel, what's his name? Joel Osteen or T.D. Jakes. All these millions of people. Oh, we talking tonight. Grab Exodus 25. Then we gonna come back and then we gonna get, what are we about to get just now? Revelation chapter 20. We gonna get Exodus chapter 25 real quick. Then we gonna come back and get Revelation chapter 20, verse 9. But right now we get Exodus chapter 25, verse 1. You know what I'm saying? We sit here, 1, 2, 3, 4 of us in here. And we don't even count, right? That means 2, 3, right? 3 of us in here. Right? And really it's 1 because the rest of them family. You know what I'm talking about? You know what I'm saying? The rest of them family. You know what I'm saying? My wife ain't got no choice. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what you told your wife. You could have told get your butt in the car. You know what I'm saying? He could have forced you to come. I mean, who knows? My wife ain't got no darn choice. She might want to get up and leave right now and sit your butt down. You know what I'm talking about? So really, I don't care. Really, you the only one that darn counts. So really, we got 1 person here and a bunch of darn kids. Right? But watch this. It's Exodus chapter 25. Because, I mean, Joel Osteen got like millions of people, don't he? And they watch online. Right? When people watch us online, I think last week we might have got like 13 views on the last video, maybe 13. You know what I'm saying? On YouTube. On Facebook, we probably got like 40-something, 50 views. It may be a little higher now, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Something like that. You know what I'm saying? So you add to the 1 here, right? And then you got a 30, maybe let's say 70, make it a nice round. We got 101 people. Let's just say 101. Some of them views the same person watching it more than once. So you got to cut that, you know what I'm saying? So that's like 71 people. If that. Joel Osteen, though, that boy, he might got 70 million. You know what I'm saying? TDJ, I mean, them boy might, I don't know, them boy packing it out. You know what I'm talking about? Let's see what the book says. This is Exodus chapter 25, verse 1. Huh?
You talking about the offering for the tabernacle.
Exodus chapter 25, verse 1, talking about that?
Rule 23.
Give me 23. This is Exodus chapter 23, verse 1.
Thou shalt not raise a false report.
That's right.
Put not thine hand with the wicked to be an unrighteous witness.
Uh-huh.
Thou shalt not follow a multitude to do evil.
That got that. That got that. Just because a lot of people do it, you gonna do it? Joel Osteen, he don't pick, I don't know if he got a whatever denomination, I don't know what denomination he is. You gonna join his denomination though? Book say that's evil. People think this stuff innocent. That's what it is. They think, oh, well, it can't be nothing wrong with it. Yeah, well, wrong again. You know what I'm saying? How Rafiki said, wrong again. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Wrong again. That got that. Because we don't take it serious enough. The book lay it out. Man, let me tell you something about the book. The book lay it out for you. You pay attention. It shouldn't be no confusion about what's wrong. And if you pay attention to what's wrong, it'll make you right, period. It's like, okay, I can't do that, I can't do that, I can't do that, I can't do that. That puts you right where you need to be. Don't step that way, don't step that way. Stay right here, but don't go over. Okay, you right where you need to be. Because that God, I mean, like, okay, there's a whole bunch of people preaching the word and this, that, and that. A lot of people say they men of God. Okay, for sure. Okay, but that pastor cuss. Okay, that's not supposed to happen. Right? That's not supposed to happen. Okay, he a pastor, but he not even married. Okay, that's not supposed. Okay, he a pastor, but he in the third marriage. Okay, that's not supposed to happen. So all these pastors, I mean, otherwise they look like the right person, right? They look like the right person, but there's obvious sign, right? The Most High God he put like you never know what a person doing in the privacy of their own home and all that stuff. You never know that stuff, right? So that's why the Most High God give you things that are clear and recognizable, things that you can verify, right? Because you looking at it's like some of this. I mean, you just never know. You ain't gonna catch everything. But do the man, what wife he on? Oh, third? Oh, I got that. Right? What I mean, but she be up there preaching that word. I ain't never heard nobody preach like her. You start going to church, then you open up the book and it say, "No, I hold authority over men." Oh, I got that. I mean, but she preaching though. But that got that. We good. It line you up, because you at that point you put in a position. I can either rely on my thoughts, or I can go with what the book say. If I rely on my thoughts, then I'm put in a position where I say, that ain't what it. Because that's what we do. When we rely on our thoughts, and somebody tells us, no, the book say a woman ain't supposed to be preaching. That ain't what it means. Book say, you know what I'm saying? Book say, you know what I'm saying? What the book say? Book say that, you know what I'm saying, you got to be a husband of one wife. One wife at a time. No, I don't say at a time. No, I'm just trying to tell you at a time. Because that's what we start doing. Right? Guess what we do when we do that? We disannulling God. Right? We condemning him to make ourselves righteous. Right? When we people, it don't matter what you do. It's not about works. Right? And the book say, I'm going to judge you by your deeds. Revelation 20. Right? The book say, I'm going to judge you by your deeds. And we say, it doesn't matter. No matter what you do, God going to love you the same. What you think we doing at that point? We disannulling God. Disannulling his judgment. His judgment is, I'm going to judge you by your deeds. We say, nah, I'm not feeling that. These people don't understand the weight of it. If you obey God, he will put you in the right place. You'll be sitting here like, dang, I can't mess with none of these pastors because none of them hit the mark. And guess what happened? Yo, better be better off for it. These people feel like God don't know what he's doing. Cause we don't. I mean, cause you gotta put yourself in people's position. That's an unsettling thing. Everybody I know got a pastor. Everybody I know got a pastor. I mean, if you a person that's looking for God, you got you a darn pastor.
Oh yeah, for sure.
But I'm reading this book. Your pastor don't check out. Your pastor don't check out. So I either compromise to be like the multitudes, or I sit back and I wait. And if you sit back and wait, you'll be much better off for it. You never know how the Most High God is going to make that thing happen. Mess around, make you the darn pastor. You never darn know. But we too scared to rely on what his word say. Yeah. We ain't superstitious enough. We still waiting for our horoscope to confirm it. You know what I'm saying? We still waiting for a darn fortune darn cookie to say something about it. These sickos. These sick people. These sick people. It's some sick people, bro. Sick people. I mean, their minds don't even work right. This world did number on people's minds. Just think and do whatever they want to do. Most High God talking the whole time. Whole time he talking. Breaking out viruses on people. Whole time this man talking. You know what these people eat over there? These people worship darn demons and gods and eat darn nasty dogs and darn pork and all types of nasty stuff these people eat. Put their mouth on and they worship. Stay with darn idols. Full of darn idols over there in China. Idols darn everywhere. Virus break out against them. Don't nobody look to God. Don't nobody look at it. They still trying to figure it out. It's odd. It seems like only Chinese people are catching it. Oh, somebody in the Middle East caught it. Guess what? Chinese too. You know what I'm saying? Of Chinese descent. Message. Why don't you sit your butt down somewhere? Don't nobody look to the Most High God when this stuff happened though. All right? Whole California catch darn fire out of nowhere. Burned down all the celebrities' houses.
I remember that.
Don't nobody look to the Most High God. They're like, oh, that's all right. We'll re-up. We'll buy another one. I don't know where that was. Was that Atlanta? Somewhere down south? Big old sinkhole swallowing houses. House just darn fell into a darn hole. Don't nobody look to God. All right, though. These people will get it eventually. You know what I'm saying? These people will get it eventually. You know what I'm saying? They about to put these bombs in the air pretty soon. Let's see if that works. All right? Let's see if that works. What we got? This is Revelation chapter 20, verse 9.
And they went up on the breadth of the earth and compassed the camp of the saints about and the beloved city, and fire came down from God out of heaven and devoured them. And the devil that deceived them was cast into the lake of fire
Give me
and brimstone.
13.
And the sea gave up the dead which were in it, and the dead and hell delivered up the dead which were in them, and they were judged every man according to their works.
He had judged every man according to what?
Their works.
So why I'm going to sit here and say works don't matter? Why I'm going to sit here and God's going to love you the same way, no matter what you do? Keep going, watch this. Every man he is judged according to his works, the book said? Mm-hmm. Okay.
And death and hell were cast into the lake of fire.
Oh,
This
based
is
off
the
of what?
Second death.
I mean, because if they had judged by their works and the result was they cast into the lake of fire, what that mean?
Because their deeds were evil.
I got that. I got that. Why am I sit here and play around with God? He telling me what's going on. In the New Testament. We ain't read no Old Testament when we were talking about this stuff. It's New Testament. Don't give me this stuff. I just don't want to hear it. Don't give me that. See, you stuck in the Old Testament, that legalistic stuff. No, I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. You don't know what you're talking about. And you sitting here and you letting people go to hell over this stuff.
They all be like,
Give these people a chance.
the pastor just got to go to the seminary and stuff, and they all be learning.
I'm telling you, man, I can walk across the street and show these people right now in the book. We can go Sunday, right? We can go Sunday and we can go grab somebody. I guarantee the whole church will shout us out. We can calmly go in there and just be like, yeah, now we is reading this and based off of what your pastor just preached, you know what I'm saying? Like, this is, I mean, he didn't mention it. Like, pastor might even not say nothing wrong. Even if the pastor don't say nothing wrong, I guarantee he ain't saying nothing valuable. They gonna spend the whole time just running their darn mouths, just empty words, just puffing. Just smoke coming out, just nothing. Just a whole bunch of steam. Just nothing. Come out of church. Okay, look, so your pastor ain't really mentioned it, but really this is what you really need to know. You're gonna be judged by your deeds. These are the things that you cannot do starting today, right? You just have to stop, period. Don't do this, don't do this. Give them the list, right from Galatians, right? Right from Mark 7, right? Right from where I'm looking for, 1 Corinthians 5, 6.
6, 9.
Right? Just give it to them, you know what I'm saying? It's from there. You're like, okay. You gotta stop doing these things. I guarantee the whole church shut us down. Call us legalistic. That ain't what God, we misinterpret it. We reading from the New Testament. I ain't gotta touch the Old Testament. How you want it? That's all I want. How you want it? How you want it? You want only Old Testament? Cause we can close it. I'll make the opposite type of book. Just give me all Old Testament and Acts. You know what I'm talking about? You know what I'm saying? Give me all Old Testament and the Gospel. That's what they want. Give me all the Old Testament and the Gospels. Right? Give me all Old Testament, Gospels, and Acts. We get take Paul out of it. We don't even need him. I'll light your butt up. Give me all Old Testament, no Gospels. I'll light your butt up. Give me just the Gospels. I'll light your butt up. There's no, you just give me some sections of the book and you gonna get lit up because the whole book say the same thing. If you on the man's side, you cannot lose. It's no way. Nothing's made more sense to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't think people believe me when I say nothing has made more sense to me. I ain't passionate about nothing. You can have my wife. Don't nothing get me going. I be sitting there like, you know what I'm saying? Like, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, whatever. That don't make no sense. She be out here freaking out about stuff. It'll be all right. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Don't worry. I'll just let it happen. You know what I'm saying? Whatever. Don't nothing get me going. And I'm good at stuff. She's like, you should invest more time in them. And yeah, maybe one day. I'm just waiting for stuff. You should start your business, get it going. Yeah, I can get around to it. You know what I'm saying? Just trying to figure some stuff out. We'll see. Let me tell you what happened when this book hit, though.
Yeah, all my aspirations like went out the window for a long time.
I ain't missing no Bible study. That's crazy. Yeah, they don't make no sense.
Well,
The few that we did miss, I'm sitting there like, ugh. You know what I'm saying? Sitting here like, ooh.
I don't want to do
Over the years, we probably missed like 5. In five something years, we probably missed like on average 1 a year.
And 3 of those, my kids were born.
Yeah, you always messing it up. Ezra, you know what I'm saying? I appreciate Ezra. When she come up Tuesday.
Like a Tuesday.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I appreciate Ezra. We all look at her. You know what I'm talking about? She the only one.
Azariah and Eli came on the Sabbath.
Yeah. How dare you, Azariah? One of our came on the Sabbath too. Right? Wasn't Zara born on Saturday?
And it was one time
Friday or something? Friday
one time
night?
my car broke down. He didn't want to pick me up.
What?
Yeah.
That ain't true. Cut that off the camera. That's my brother. I always. What happened? Your car broke down. I didn't want to pick you up.
Remember that Chrysler I had that railway?
When was it?
This was like
Let's see. It's the
2013.
Chrysler. Yeah, that thing must have been super old.
It was like 2013.
That was a long time ago. That was before I had the van.
Yeah, I think it was.
I probably drive around Tasha car. So, but yeah, man, it's important. It's important that we understand what the Most High God is saying, and not just understand it, but that we take it serious, right? It clicks and understand, because the book say it, man. I'm telling you, you gonna boast in something, boasting that you understand them, that you know them. That got that. Where we leave off with Nehemiah? Did we finish chapter 1?
No.
Let's finish chapter 1, then we'll go on. We'll pick up with chapter 2 next week.
First six.
Yeah, the world, these people don't have. Who are you looking at? She heard me talking about her. These people, they'll mess us up, man. These people. You know how we ain't gotta get it, but you know how Paul said, you know what I'm saying? It's gonna come a day that these people grow cold-hearted. They ain't gonna have no darn love. That's where these people are today. These people don't care, man. They'll say and do whatever for a little. These people do it for a little attention. You understand? Like that thing. You got a grown man, you know what I'm saying, a comedian that jump on live, talk about he's happy Kobe Bryant died and all this stuff, just for attention. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I mean, jump right on there and just like, yeah, Kobe. You know what I'm saying? It's a great day. Sometimes there's tragedy, but today is a great day. The man said he died. He is like, I'm in where he said I'm in where Kobe get drafted to?
Charlotte. Right?
Charlotte. He said I'm in Charlotte. He said I'm in Charlotte, and he is like, And maybe if he didn't get traded, then he wouldn't have raped that girl in Denver or Colorado. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, like, but since he did, today's a great day.
Where'd you get this from?
Hours after the man died.
That's crazy.
It's sick people. Sick people. We talking about Gail, right? They got her on tape.
Go give me some tissue.
On tape being asked about Charlie Rose, who's alleged to be messing around with them women, raping women, doing all that stuff, sexually harassing women and all that. He get fired. She worked with him. You know what I'm saying? She was a co-host of the man. On tape, they asked her, she talking about, well, I like to look for the silver lining. That's her response. I like to look for the. She said there could be two things. I believe the girls, but I also know that he's a good person. Two things can be true. Meanwhile, she asked Lisa Leslie, be like, he has a complicated past, doesn't he? She's like, no, it's not complicated. Lisa said, no, it's not complicated to me. She said, but isn't it though? And she pressed it. He's like, no, not really to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I heard about those things, but my experience with him, I've never seen Kobe Bryant act like that. Never even seen him be a girl. She said, I have NBA friends that'll tell you, like, yo, get that girl over there. She said, I've never seen Kobe do nothing like that. Never. Gail's like, but you wouldn't see it, though, because he's your friend. She just told you she has friends that do it. She just told you that. But you wouldn't see it, though. It's your friend. She was like, yeah, maybe. I just don't believe it to be the case. She's like, then she said, is it even, after asking the question, she said, well, is it even fair to talk about it since he's no longer here? Then Lisa Leslie was like, yeah, because it went to trial, and you know what I'm saying, he got charged with it, and then it got dropped. Then Gail quickly jumped in. Well, it got dropped because the girl refused to testify. Lisa Leslie was like, yeah, well, I think we should leave it at that. You know how sick you gotta be as a black woman? Right, as a black woman to try to push another black woman in saying that, but it's no different because what is Oprah doing? Right? She support a documentary about Michael Jackson after he dead. She tried to do a documentary about Russell Simmons and then back out of it, right? She started up, get the name out there, and then she back out of it like, oh, when the backlash start coming. We know what you got going on. Gail, you know what I'm saying? She got the interview with R. Kelly. What do all these people have in common? Black legend, easy targets. Black man is an easy target. She ain't gonna do that to them white folks. She ain't gonna. Charlie Rose, Les Moonves. That's a NBC executive he got fired and got paid millions of dollars. Think like $300 million. Now here you go. How you get accused of a sexual harassment and then you get paid from the company and leave? And nobody talking about it. And you work for the man. And you ain't got nothing to say? No commentary, no nothing? They got her on tape talking about that. Like, well, all I have to say, nothing about him. All I have to say is the girls see these things happening and it triggers emotions in women. Let's talk about him. I don't care. Okay, great. It triggers emotion. Okay, but let's talk about what he did. Interview him. They say Harvey Weinstein wanted to talk to Oprah, but Oprah wouldn't want to. But Oprah wanted to. He said he wanted. They said that he wanted to talk to Oprah because they friends, right? But he didn't want to do it. He refused to do an interview, and that's why Oprah ain't doing no interviews. You know what I'm saying? That's why she don't have no interviews with Harvey Weinstein. But she sure got a documentary. Michael Jackson's dead. You know what I'm saying? You can't do no interview with him. He dead.
That's crazy.
It's crazy. It's crazy because the man wasn't convicted. That's the difference with a black man. All you gotta be is accused.
Yeah. The system, the justice system.
All you gotta be is accused.
Yeah.
The man wasn't convicted, and they say, well, it's because she refused to testify, insinuating that like he paid her off or something, right? But let's think about that. We all know a little bit about the legal system, right? So I mean, I haul off. I would never, but I haul off, and I just beat Tasha to a pulp. I would never, right? But I just beat Tasha to a pulp, right? Police get called over here. It's a hard telling me, like, man, my dad was whooping my mama butt. What do you think they're gonna do?
Lock you up.
Yeah.
Okay, so I go to jail. My court date comes up, right? I talk to Tasha on the phone. Nobody know what I said to her, but all of a sudden she refused to testify. What happens next? I get out? What's gonna happen?
You get convicted.
State gonna pick up the case. If she refuses to press charges, guess who's gonna press charges for her?
State.
Every single time. So why didn't the state do that in this case? Because they knew the woman was running a business out of the hotel. It ain't the first celebrity that she tried to mess with. They don't want to talk about that because they don't want the white girl to look bad. You ain't gonna never hear that on TV. Matter of fact, you never gonna hear any of this on TV. You never gonna hear the black man's point of view on TV. The regular black man point of view, you never gonna hear. You gonna hear them argue a whole bunch of stuff. You never gonna hear them argue this stuff on TV from the black man's point of view. Snoop Dogg came out, made a video, and said a bunch of horrible things to Gail, whatever, out of anger and all that. But he made some interesting points. He was like, you and Oprah, why don't y'all do this to Harvey Weinstein and all these other fellas? They had played a news clip. They had blank out of him calling her a dog face, whatever, all the derogatory stuff that he called her. You know what I'm saying? They had blanked that part out, or they had talked about him calling her that. Nobody will ever bring up the other stuff that he said. Ever. Not on TV. Because the black man's point of view is never going to have that TV. And that's about anything.
Yeah, that's true.
You're not going to have a black man point of view about politics, the black man point of view about the economy. None of that is never going to be. That's why I said, one of the things I really want to do, one of the things I would be passionate about, if I had the means to do it, is having a news outlet specifically for black folks. Cause then we can talk. Like, man, when they talking about that stock market, I know that what they saying. That's not. Let me tell you what it means for you. When they telling you about middle class, I know you think they talking. That has nothing to do with you. Let me tell you what that means for you. Your point of view ain't represented nowhere, and they work hard to make sure it never is represented.
We don't control none of the narrative. They run everything.
No. And the men in history that did give us a representation, that did speak from us, they popped him. They popped them. Right? They use our own people. They got a documentary out here. A documentary about who killed Malcolm X.
Yeah, I ain't started watching it yet.
Yeah, I'm gonna check it out. I'm checking out. You know the Muslims don't. You know what I'm saying? Muslims don't like them getting the rap for it. You know they did it. And then you know what they gonna tell you? The government did it. I believe both are true. You know what I'm saying? I believe both are true. You know what I'm saying? I believe y'all whole organization sold out. I think they still sold out.
Yeah. All the organizations.
A lot of them for sure. I don't think Black Panther sold out. Well, maybe later on. You know what I'm saying? They just got infiltrated.
Yeah, they got infiltrated.
You know what I'm saying? I don't think they sold out though. You know what I'm saying? I don't think Martin Luther King group sold out. All right? Just got infiltrated. They definitely got infiltrated. All right? There's a lot of these groups, you know what I'm saying? But the Nation of Islam,
They said as soon as Dr. King started talking that economic inclusion, that's when they got it.
I got that.
Like,
They got that. I mean, because you got a man that running the FBI that was watching this stuff. J. Edgar Hoover? Oh, that boy was watching this stuff. He wasn't stupid. He was paying attention to that stuff. That boy was like, listen, we trying to stop. He said it too. We trying to stop the Black Messiah. Any one of these boys that think they charismatic, think they can stand up. Oh, you doing what? Okay. And he was effective at what he did, clearly. And they keep that stuff going too now. You pay attention to what the FBI say whenever it has anything to do with black people. Not too long ago, they said a high threat to in terms of American terrorism is the black identity. What do you say? The black
Extremists.
Yeah, black identity extremists. What does that mean? Black identity extremists. It's a cool way of saying a black person looking for their historical identity in an extreme way. I'm talking about Hebrews.
Yep.
About Hebrew, just lay the ground, putting it out there. And know what they gonna say? Oh no, we put that out years ago. Right? So then when one of us rise up and be like, yo, this is who y'all are, and people start rolling with it, they be like, that's what we were talking about. That's that crazy. Years ago we were talking about this. No. It's not anything new. We're not responding to this guy. We've been telling you guys for years that this has been a threat, that these people have been bubbling up, and here's an example. Don't fall for it. Black out. This stuff is documented. This is not like conspiracy theory. Like, this is documented of what they've done. People pretend like it ain't there, but it's there. We just gotta be smart enough to be like, nah, we not falling for that no more. We not falling for that no more. Our own people, they gonna use us against us. Right? Let's see, let's finish out Nehemiah. What verse we on? 6. It's Nehemiah chapter 1, verse 6. Let's see.
Let thine ear now be attentive, and thine eyes open, that thou may hear the prayer of thy servant, which I pray before you now, day and night, for the children of Israel, your servants, and confess the sins of the children of Israel, which we have sinned against thee. Both I and my father's house have sinned. We have dealt very corruptly against thee, and have not kept the commandments, nor the statutes, nor the judgments, which thou commandest your servant Moses. Remember, I beg thee, the word that you commanded thy servant Moses, saying, if we transgress, and I scatter you abroad among the nations, but if you turn unto me,
the ones that know the book. You gotta understand. You gotta appreciate where he coming from. He coming out of exile. It ain't like he came from this well-managed Hebrew home where they teach. He came out of exile. From a people who just doing whatever they want to do. But that boy went back to the book. You can look at what he's saying. You can see the order in what he prayed. He just got done reading Leviticus like we just read. Right? Now he's telling God, oh, this is what you said would happen. Watch, keep going, watch it.
But if you turn unto me and keep my commandments and do them, though there were of you cast out unto the uttermost part of heaven, yet will I gather them from there, and I will bring them unto this place that I have chosen and set my name there.
So now he quoting back the book to him. Like, yo, God, that's what you said. Right? Keep going, watch this.
For these are thy servants and thy people, whom thou hast redeemed by thy great power, and by thy strong hand. O Lord, I beseech thee, let now thine ear be attentive to the prayer of thy servant, and to the prayer of thy servants who desire to fear thy name. And prosper, I pray thee, thy servant this day, and grant him mercy in the sight of this man. For I was the king's cupbearer.
Any questions? Let's pray out.